Hello and welcome back to the training. So in this video, I will be walking you through step by step on how you can create your Google sites. All right, so you've already established your primary keyword, which has been repeated throughout your stack. So with that being said, we want to make our site based upon that primary keyword. Now, oftentimes what you're going to find is you're not going to be able to, get exactly what you want because it's probably already been gathered up. So for this instance, the address I believe that I had to go and get was best. So let's go ahead and just take a look and see. I think it's like best SEO consultant or something along those lines. And how we want to go ahead and do this is, let me take a look at this page. All right, and I have already did a little bit of the structuring beforehand. All right. But with that being said, I want to walk you through the process in each section that you're going to need to create. All right. So let's go ahead and take care of structuring first, and I'll walk you through that. And then we'll start laying out the elements that we're going to need. All right. So first and foremost, let's make the primary structure first, and then we'll build from there. So the primary structure is going to go obviously home page. All right. So we already have that. And then what I like to do is, once I have like a layout of the colors or the scheme or however I want it to look, basically, what I like to do is just go ahead and duplicate the page. Okay. So now whatever the primary is, the next page that you want to create is going to be in reverse. So if my primary is SEO consulting, the next page that we create for our structure is going to be consulting SEO. Now this, you can be in any niche you want. I'm giving you the structure, the layout. This is how it's done. All right. So let's go ahead and do this. Consulting SEO is going to be the next. Custom path. Okay. So SEO consulting, consulting SEO. So SEO consulting, consulting SEO. All right. Okay. All right, so let me just make sure of this. Okay, so it's changing that, and then when I come over here, okay, so no. I'll just build it for this marketing. All right, so we have that. Okay, so SEO consulting. So this is the main page. So let's go SEO consulting. Okay, and then when I go over here, is that right in the whole way? SEO consulting. Let's see if I can get it this way here. Consulting SEO. Okay, so that has to stay. Okay, so then that's exactly what I want. That's perfectly fine. All right. Consulting SEO. Let me just double check this really quick here. And properties. Consulting SEO. Okay. So, and then we're just going to take, we'll just take this right here and we're going to duplicate it. Okay, so the next piece, just so we can have it out, we're going to duplicate this. And this is going to be the form page, but what we're going to call it is going to be the connect. So consultant connect. Okay, but really it's the form page. Okay. So we can call it the, how about consultation contact, right? But it's the form page, okay? And we'll call it consultation connect or contact. Okay, advanced. Okay, done. Consulting, SEO consulting. Okay, next is going to be, we're going to duplicate it. Now the next page is going to be the slides page. okay? But what we're going to call it is, let me think quick, instead of, okay, copy. So the slides is going to be, I guess we could call that the resource. So we'll call that the resources. So, and oh yeah, let me go back over here. So I need to come back over to here, come into here, and because the primary is SEO consulting, we want to repeat that over. We're just going to follow the, I hate to write it in here, but I want to make sure that everybody's on the up and up here. So what we're going to do is consulting SEO, and then this one right here, we'll come in here to the properties, and we'll call this SEO consulting forms. Okay. That's fine. This one right here, we're going to do properties, consulting SEO. It's going to be reverse. Then we're going to do the form. And then after the form, what we're going to do is we're going to duplicate that. And then we're going to duplicate the primary, SEO consulting. Okay. And then we're going to call this the slides. Okay. All right. So, and then the slides would actually be kind of like the resources. Okay. Okay. And then we're going to duplicate that page, and the next one is going to be SEO consulting, but we're going to call this the video. Okay. And then this is going to be SEO consulting media, right? Actually, you know what? I think videos probably has. I think we can run with that. Did I call it videos or videos? Video. Okay, okay, okay. So let's, I want to add an S on there. And then add the S on here. Yeah, that's fine. That way I could get both. Okay, all right, let's duplicate that. And what we're going to do next is going to be maps, SEO consulting. Remember, we're repeating the primary. All right, we're going to follow it over. Why? Because what's the site about? It's about consulting. And we're going to take care of secondaries in a moment, but I want to just explain to you why we're doing this. I mean, it's plain as day what this site's about, right? Okay, so SEO consulting maps, and that's exactly what it's going to be. Consulting maps. Okay, done. All right, so videos, maps, and then after this, the next one is going to be tips. So what we're going to do is we're going to duplicate this one, and we're going to call it SEO consulting tips. And what this actually is going to be our blog or our resource article. So consultation. We'll call that one SEO consultation. That should do it. Oh, it didn't repeat it for me. Why? What's going on here? Here, duplicate page. So it's going to be SEO consultation tips, right? And then this is going to be the, I guess we can even do tips. I guess it doesn't matter really. It's got to contain, I wanted to contain that though. It does matter. All right, so consultation. We'll just do that one as consultation, so consulting. Okay, done. All right, so consultation, consulting, SEO, SEO, consulting. Okay, now let's talk about the layout here. Now, so this up here, navigation, top. Okay, so we have that up at the top. Color is okay. This stuff doesn't matter. The colors or whatnot. Okay, so okay. Favicon, yes. Viewer tools, custom domains, analytics, and navigation. Okay, so this, let me see what the side looks like. Yeah. I want it up at the top so you can see. Okay, so now the piece up at the top is a banner. I like them. You know, it's another place to have it. All right, so let's talk about structure here. All right, so this is going to be SEO consulting, and then this is going to be the title. Okay, so this is the I just threw this together not too long ago. Okay, now this SEO consulting, this goes to the site. Okay. All right, now I've embedded my calendar, which is perfectly fine. I've embedded a video. Oh. All right, so lead heading is primary plus brand name. Okay, this is the primary, so I don't want to go for that. I want so title, SEO consulting, obviously whatever the page is. I guess we don't need that there. We're going to repeat it down here. I'd like to make this a little bit bigger actually. And we'll put that in the middle. I don't care about any of that stuff. Okay. Now what I've put inside of here is our video, and then I have my piece here. But what I also need is I need to get my map in here. So let's add. Let me just take a look and see what I got going on here. Let me see what I've put in here. Okay, colors, add this and that. Okay. So, okay. Insert. And then what I need here is I want to add in a 3-piece McNugget right here. Okay. Now what I want in here is this embed here. So this is our video. Control C, cancel, and then here, well, this works out fine. I guess it doesn't necessarily matter as long as it's on the page. Ideally, I want them to be set exactly how I want them. So, yeah. I want them to be how I want them to be. Embed code. So we're going to go ahead and throw the frame in there. Insert. So I want it to be video. I want it to be my calendar. You don't necessarily have a calendar. That's perfectly fine. I mean, you don't have to have a calendar. insert. Okay. All right, so it looks like we can possibly do it their way. I'd like it to be structured, to be quite honest with you, but if it's not going to let it be pretty for me, then we'll just make it how I want it, I guess. All right, so then let's just do it this way then. Let's toss this one, and let's embed. We need to go get our map, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to go out to Google, and we're going to look for Chris Palmer Marketing, okay? And we're going to head over here, and we're going to go to our maps listing, and we're going to go get our map here, okay? I stopped running traffic to the asset, so it looks like I'm plummeting here, which is notable. I have a purple hat. That's interesting. But with that being said, let's go to share. We're going to grab this map right here. We're going to copy the HTML and we're going to bring it over here. All right, so now we have the map. And then inside of here, just type in what you want. Like for this page, it's going to be SEO Consulting and Chris Palmer Marketing, right? Next. And insert. Okay. Okay, we got our square. Okay, let's just make that a little bit longer just so it's I think, what do I need, 1,000? Let's do 1,000 and see how that looks. Is that hit? Nope, not yet. Okay. Let's do 1,200 and see how that looks. I'm sure that there's a specific thing, but I don't know off the top of my head. Somebody will probably mention it in the comments for me, and I appreciate you for that. But with that being said, let's go over here. All right, so now we have our video, we have our calendar, anything that's relevant we can put in here, but the two things that for you are going to be video, and then I would definitely take care of the embed. All right. We're going to take this and we're going to take that underneath here. Okay, we're going to put that inside of there. All right, heading. We have this heading here. Okay. All right. Subheading and our heading. All right, we've repeated these. All right, and then we have our article, right? You know, you can pull whatever article you want. That's completely up to you. Inside of the article, we want to take the words that are relevant to the brand. Ideally, you know, whatever your structure is. So say homepage is based on brand. You have a page called SEO Consulting. You have a Google My Business Management page. Maybe you have an SEO Services page. Maybe you have a a press release page, or maybe you're doing citations, or whatever the case is in my industry, right? It related to you. So if you're a plumber, you probably have location pages. Whatever the case is, whatever your services or locations, whatever relevant to you, your most prominent pages, we want to get anchor text that's hyper specific going over to the main asset, okay? So for me, we're going to go ahead and just highlight this, and we're going to take it over to my website, which I'm still building out some pages here. All right, so SEO audits. Here, let me get this quick because we're gonna add a couple of these. Okay, so now go through and start cherry picking. Now, you don't just want to send it to the home page. It's the only page that I actually have live right now. But that doesn't mean that I'm not going to utilize this once I start building links to it. All right, but for the sake of demonstration, I want you to know, like, we're building these out to the pages. All right, anything else I build to itself, All right, so I just want to make sure that. Now we have another map down here, which is perfectly fine. That's good. All right, now the next piece is, and it looks like I moved it up. Okay. So now what we want to get on here is we have our article. Okay. So now we want to go over to our folder. All right. Now once you're inside your folder, go into your mini My Map and the top linking slide. All right. So top of the list is where I'm sure you're pointing everything to, I would assume. So what we got to do is we want to go ahead and get that link. All right. Now, I shared it inside of the training, but what you're gonna do is just if you're following along today, just go out and go to W3 School embed code. Right. So just grab one, and then here's this, an example HTML page. Okay. An embed inside of HTML. All right, so let's grab a different one actually. I'm looking for this is what I want. I just want to clean. Okay, so then you want to probably pull up something like this just so you can operate, and then head over here and you can either embed them or you can insert them. All right, so you can choose. Generally I'd just embed them, but since they're already built in here, I mean, you can just utilize them. It's completely up to you. You can pull them over. If you look at the source, it will be the same. So it's up to you. Okay. All right. And then just make sure that I'm gonna have to go back and double check that. I just like to specify the exact one that I want. So I was showing you both ways. You can embed it, or you can embed it utilizing their system. It's completely up to you. I just want you to make sure that you're grabbing the right one. Okay. Get the top one, the one that you were sending all the other links to. Okay. So after we get our slide in here, what we want to do is we want to go in here and get our map. Okay. So you go over here to My Map. We already embedded the other map. So let's go to My Maps. And then what we want to get in here is, you can choose any one you want, but I would choose these. Okay. No, not that one. Let's get that. Make sure it looks, you know, relatively decent. I mean, I'm not like anal. I want that one up at the top, but let's make sure those are good. Okay. So once that's done, let's get us our form that we created together. Now remember, our form has our it's a stacked form, right? I won't get into that now, but make sure you're getting the one that you created that's stacked. All right. You want the one that has the, see how this is stacked in here? That's the one that we want. You want the one. All right, like the one I walked you through. That's the form we want to get inside of there, and it's embedded right into the page. Okay, so now we have that. We have our form. Now, where you were collecting all of your links. All right, so you're going to have your keyword list, a large list, but then any of those links that you've created. All right, not the links showing the pub, right? Because we don't want to showcase the actuals, but anything that's internal, grab that sheet. Okay. Make sure it's the hot sheet. So make sure it's the one that's like this isn't hot. So let's come on over here and let me get into the main folder. I think main list. Is this the one? I don't think so. Let me just double check here. I thought I heated them up already. I might not have. I think that's quite interesting though. I don't know why I wouldn't have. Maybe I didn't. Okay. So that's quite interesting. Okay. Well, that's okay. So let's get inside of here. And oh yes, I did. Apply. All right, so I'm not too worried about these, but this, turn these on one by one. Make sure they're all turned on, okay? I know it's a pain, but maybe we can, here, let me zoom this in a little bit. Here, we'll just go through and do it quick. All right, let's see if we can bang this out as fast as we can. So you'll have your KMZ files in here. You'll have all of your stuff that you've created, right? Like a lot of the files should be in here. Actually, all of them except for the public folders, okay? All right, anything that's internal, we don't mind sharing with everybody. But don't give up the actual because we don't want them to see what we're sending in, okay? Just be mindful of what you're adding into here. I don't know if okay, apply. Okay, apply. 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 Okay, we got a CID in here. Turn that on. Take this, because you're gonna send a lot. We want it. This is another little hub for us, all right? Because this is going on the home page. You're not gonna do this to every page. A few pages, but not every page. But the home page, definitely. All right. So now that we've turned everything on, I should have already did this. I thought I did all the you know. Mindless stuff I thought I did already. Okay, now you should have created, okay, this is just the dirty list, but you should have created inside of here, you should have cleaned out a lot of the stuff and made your primary so that's like 20 or 30. Yes, you want to keep the whole list, all right, and that's for your folders, and I understand that. But also, as we're passing stuff through, we want to cherry pick all of the main, primary, and secondary keywords. So you have your main, so that's SEO consulting, that's up at the top, or consultant, consulting, sure. But stuff that doesn't make sense, like, I don't know, like if I'm looking down this list, what is SEO consulting as good as SEO consultant? Probably not, but it made the list for the folders. But I don't want that hot linking out, right? I'm looking for anchor text. So what I should have already done and I didn't, these keywords are going to whichever pages correspond on the site, okay? So for this, it's going to be Chris Palmer Marketing. Once I have this, it'll be a lot easier for me. Okay, so this is the embed. Okay. Only on the one that you're embedding. Okay? It's only one. Just so we're at 1,000,000% totally. I want to make sure that you understand that. Oh, near me. All right, so that's good. All right, consulting, consultant, services, and near me. On company, I guess is good. We'll do that as the last one, okay? All right, apply. All right, so this is on the main. Okay, so this right here, now we come back over to the site. That's next. So we're going to come in here to Sheets. Okay, you're going to grab your list that you were just working on. You're going to insert that in. That should have saved. Why is that not saved? Let me just double check this here. Okie doke. All right, so inside of here, let's insert a row above. All right, let's make this big. Okay, and then here, okay, now insert a image in cell. Okay, this is only so when it's sitting on this side it doesn't look crazy, okay? So insert that, and that's perfectly fine for me. I'm not, you know, I'm not terribly concerned with aesthetics, but I am concerned with exactly how it will be presented. Hopefully I have the right one on here. It probably just hasn't updated yet. I'm going to make sure I get the right one in here. So we'll go to Sheets. Yep, that's the one. Okay. If they say that's the one, that's the one. Okay. So, and then we just want to make sure we're getting that row that's going to showcase the picture. Okay. So now that's embedded. So we have this sheet, we have the form, and it's got the links. Okay. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to come back over here to our drive folder, and you're going to have one of your tuned up documents. Now let me just double check and make sure this is the right kind. It is. Perfect. Okay, so this here is called, so now I just opened it, it should show up in my recents. So what we want to do is we want to go ahead and insert that document. Probably up top here. Consulting. I actually want this a little bit lower on the page. As long as you have it. Placement isn't necessarily an issue. The map I like up at the top, the video I like up at the top, the stuff like this stuff, the map with the video with the this, you know, that stuff I want up top aesthetically. But as far as, you know, as far as a bot is concerned, I highly doubt if they care where you're placing this stuff. I would venture to guess that they really don't care. All right, so with that being said, okay, so that's a hidden, won't worry about that right now. Slide, map, my map. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to insert the doc, and then we have the document that I just created, which should be this one, and we'll insert that here. And let me just make sure that that's the right one, and I think it is. Yep, looks like the right one. Okay, we can make that smaller. Yep, so it just looks like a photo. But really what that is it's really this, where we have all of our citations, our press release, like we stacked a whole bunch of stuff in there. All right. So we have that taken care of, the doc. All right, now we have this in here. Inside of here, we've gone ahead and taken all of our file folders that are meaningful, and then we also have our NAP details. So what we want to do is we want to go ahead and let's just cut this out, okay? And what I'm going to do is actually do it in the, I'm going to make this big, okay? Because, I mean, it's the last thing on the page. We don't necessarily want humans to find these links, but I need them on the page, okay? So, I mean, you can even make them smaller if you want. Yeah, these are clickable. Okay, so I've already done it here. All right, so as far as this is concerned, yeah, you can make that Chris Palmer Marketing. And then what we'll do is we'll actually do SEO, and we'll do services, because that page is next. Okay. So let's briefly go over what we took care of on this page. All right. So we took care of the homepage, and then once we have our homepage, we took care of the structuring. So we took care of all the structuring. Structuring took care of the primary SEO consulting homepage. Then we reverse it. We're going to make our secondary page. Then we took care of we're repeating whatever the primary is over and over and over and over again. But all the stuff that we showed value to, we're repeating, and we're going to show it on our website. We created it. It must be valuable, and it is. So SEO consulting is a primary. Consulting SEO is going to be the secondary. It's going to be a repeat of the home page, okay? And I'm also going to share with you something else that's a lot of fun. The next piece after that is we did forms, slides, videos, maps, and tips. Tips is actually our blog or our article, but we want to utilize something that actually has some volume, right? You can do near me, whatever you want, okay? So with that being said, on this page, all right, I'm not going to run through and point out everything, but I'll tell you the things that matter. It doesn't matter where you place them. I want to keep the stuff that's up at the top here. We want our big image when they land on the page. You want it to look like a normal website, because it is. It might be found. I know that these have been devalued, but they haven't been devalued as far as passing relevance and power to the site that they're pointing at, which is why we're creating them. Yes, they might have been dropped out of the SERPs or organic rankings to farther out pages, depending on the SERP we're looking at, but that doesn't mean that it's not passing power, it doesn't have juice. However you look at it, right? It's relevance and power. That's why it's here, right? With that being said, let's take a look at this. We took care of our video and map. We wanted to make sure that we had our title in there, and then our subtitle, which is just repeating exactly what our title was. We have our outbound links, our My Maps. We had the slide, the form, the sheet embed, okay? We had our links at the bottom and then also inside of the sheets. We had our doc embed, our name, address, phone number, our links, and all of our anchor text. That's the last piece that I didn't add yet, okay? So now, remember when we started picking these out? Make yourself a list of 20. You should have already did this. We took care of this in a past video. For some reason, I don't know why it's not here, because it auto saves. But with that being said, let's I'm surprised I don't have this. Here, let's get rid of this. Oh boy. Okay, leave that up. All right, let me take a look at this. Man, I can't believe I don't have it here. It's mind-blowing to me. That's okay. So here, let's do it together. So SEO consulting, SEO consultant, consultant, SEO, marketing consultant, SEO services, internet marketing services, digital marketing services, SEO near me, organic SEO consulting, local SEO consulting, local SEO consultant, Google My Business Management, Google My Business SEO, Google My Business consulting, Google Maps consulting, Google Maps SEO, Google Maps consultation, Google My Business Expert, Google My let me go see over here what other things we have here. Let me go down the list because I want to stay semantic. Oh, company, agency. Okay. SEO consult, SEO agency, SEO company, SEO agency, company, SEO consulting agency, SEO consulting company, best SEO consultant, top SEO consultant, cool SEO consultant. Okay. All right, I threw that one in there for fun. All right, SEO expert. All right, I think that should be okay for now. Let me see what I got here. All right. And then we'll worry about the other stuff later, but for now, let me see here. I'm hoping that I did this. Man, I hate to go in here and do all these. Son of a gun. Okay. Whatever. Okay. You know what? Let's get crazy with it. Not that. Just this aisle here. Yeah, give me this. Copy it. Bring it over here. Come to the bottom of the page because this is the last piece. We need the anchor text afterward. Okay, so insert divider. Okay. And then so here, come down here. We're going to insert the table of contents. Where is my text? Okay, now take this, paste it. It's going to be big, so bear with it. It's going to be a big done data. This is going to be a big one, so really got to wait a second for it to catch up. It's all right, perfect. Okay, now you should come in here and clean all these out. I should have did a lot of things, right? But for this, just for sake of what we're going to do is we're going to highlight it, and what we're going to do is make this all anchor text. I would highly suggest taking this, making this, picking out the ones that matter for you, right? Like kind of like I did here, because that's exactly what we want. Making the anchor text. Okay. All right. Highlight this, give me this. Copy. Okay. Paste. Apply. Okay. See what I'm doing here? I wouldn't do them all just because I'm just doing it for sake of time. Plus I'm trying to see if, oh, I mean, you can. I mean, it's up to you, but I want to know, does this work like it will for the folders, right? Will it get tested based on this? That's something I never did all of them before. I've always just picked out usually 50 or 100 for the page and then stuff the folders. But it's definitely worth a try. I mean, you could let me be the guinea pig for it instead of you doing it too. Let's see if I could get a whole bunch of them, and then we'll call it a day on this. But you want to make sure after the name, address, phone number, make sure you have your other links. You want to do hot anchor text at the very bottom of your primaries. Okay, you can hide it. You can do whatever you want. That's up to you. I'm being blatantly obvious. I mean, it doesn't matter to me, right? I'm not trying to hide it. But if you want to hide it, you can. Okay. This is another slide. This was an embed though. Okay, good. All right, so now we have that. So that's our NAP links and then anchor text at the bottom. All right, so I guess I'll have to edit that last part as I was setting up. So it goes set up your homepage. You have your video and then your map. Okay, we're gonna do our title, and then we're gonna do our article. The title is gonna contain primary keyword plus brand name. Then we're gonna have our article. The article has anchor text inside of the article body, going over to secondary pages, not pointing right at the home page like we did at the very bottom just now, pointing at secondary pages. Next, after that, we'll do a My Map and a slide. We're going to have our form, our Sheets embed, and our Sheets embed is the sheet that is going to contain all of the links and the links that we created that aren't the public links, okay? And then after that, we want to make sure we have our doc embed. We're going to list our name, address, phone number, NAP at the bottom of the page. We're going to have our links. All the links are at the bottom, right? Containing the public too. And then last but not least, anchor text. I wouldn't do 3,600 like I did. I would choose maybe 20 to 50, 100 of them that matter the most to you, that are the most relevant, okay? I just want to see if I can get tested for other keywords by not just the folders, but what if I'm continuously targeting it across the site? I'm just curious, okay? So that's for my own greed, and if everything functions very properly, you'll be the first one to know, okay? All right, so that's how we do that. So let's go ahead and get that up and running. And give me 1 second, I need to get, let me get my cup quick. All right, now let me just take a look at this because I don't want it to be too dirty. I want it to be perfect, so when you guys come and check, you guys will know. I'll try to make it look cleaner so you guys know exactly what I did here. Okay, so there's that. I have this one. You can go all the way. Come on now. Okay. Consultant, subheading. Okay, consultant, actually. All right, now we have our main article. Inside the article, we had our anchor text going over to secondary pages, but I just don't have those pages built out yet, so I didn't do it. We have our form. We had our drive, and then this was the sheet, I believe. Okay, and I actually want that down. I don't want that up at the top, because that's the last thing I want up at the top. Okay. We could put it inside of there. Perfect. Here, move that down, dude. What are you doing? I must have did it inside of a bracket or something. Okay. So let me make sure the top is looking clean. So we have our video, our calendar, our map. We have our heading, our subheading, our form, our embed. Why is this showing so dirty? I don't understand. Did I do something wrong here? What is this? Open a new tab. Let me just double check something here. Oh, it's the sheet. Okay, so I must have tried to embed the sheet and it's not like in the picture. Is that what's going on here? Okay, so that's fine. You guys will know what that is by looking. All right, so let's move on now. Let me make sure this is running. I feel like I want to make sure that it's actually running. Dave, hey, what's going on, brother? Hey Chris, good to see you. Simon, good to see you. I'll say hi. What's a Google site? Well, you're learning about that now. What's up, bro? Johnny, hey, good to see you. Edward, say I really appreciate your work. Always help me. Yeah, this is for a program. So it's I thought I pre-did a lot of the work, so this is gonna get chopped up and utilized somewhere else. But I'm always happy to have you on. Hello, sir. Anonymous Marketing. I'm the second page. First for some keywords, rockin' cool. You spelled your URL wrong. Yeah, I might have. That's fine. You guys love that, huh? You guys like the spelling stuff, huh? Dude, I am the worst with spelling. Like, especially too, like, I mean, obviously I know how to spell my own URL, but if I'm going really fast or moving along, I do that all the time. I have to catch myself. But yeah, no problem. Okay, so let's move on. Going into pages. All right, next is consulting. And to be honest with you, let's go over here to this page. Consulting SEO. We'll keep that up at the top. So now the only other thing that we want to do is we want to get inside of here, and we're going to go to insert. We want to go back down there to that sheet. Remember the main sheet that has the outbound links on it? We want to make sure that we put that back in here. All right, make sure you get that on the page. All right, this one doesn't look that good for some reason. I'm not sure why it's not showing properly, but whatever. I don't know what this thing is doing. I'm clicking. I don't know why I don't know what it's doing. I have no idea what it's doing. Okay, are you done? Okay, cool. Is that how you guys want it? Freaking Google. All right. I'll have it like that. That's fine. It's irrelevant to me. I guess that's how they want it on the page. So that's how we're going to do it. Because it looks like they took away my ability to make it smaller. Oh, I see what they did. Okay. So here, we can tighten this up actually. See, that's what I wanted. I wanted it to look clean just like that. Okay. That's so funny. Anyway, so now this is the reverse page. All right, so we have our primary SEO consulting. Now we're doing consulting SEO. All right. We're basically duplicating the entire page. So we're going to have our sheet. All right. We have our video in bed. Okay. I would highly suggest for this training, I only did one, but make them on all those keywords. You know how inside of our article, we're going to do all of those secondary keywords. The reason why we keep repeating all those anchor texts, like remember at the bottom of the page where I highlighted all of them, that's what our articles are about. Okay. On this site. That's what our website's about. That's what our articles are about. That's what that's what we're about, right? And we're going to repeat it. We're repeating it all through this website. And that's the anchor text that I want to send over. But just make sure you know, like, those are what our articles are going to be based on, okay? So the only thing I really need to add into here is we want to now get rid of this because we're just utilizing that one page. So this one here is going to be consultant SEO, okay? Now when we highlight this and we make it a link, it's going to the homepage now. So before we were linking out, now we go to the homepage. Okay, so consultant SEO, this is what this site's all about. Okay. Oh, I see. To make it, I gotta stretch it. Okay. So with that being said, now this is the article. This should be a different article. I'm not playing with that. I need a... So what I like to do is like go SEO marketing and then just scroll down and look for one. Like, okay, here's one on digital marketing, right? And then it looks like it's a lot of text, and I'll just like take it like this and we'll copy it and we'll just bring it over here. And everywhere that it says edit and everywhere that it says marketing, we'll just put consulting. No, it was consultant SEO. All right, so replace them all. Okay, now, okay, now let me just take a look at this. For, okay, domain naming. All right, copy. All right, let's bring that over here. We're just going to put this into here. Paste. Done. Okay. Now inside of here again, we're keeping it on board. Okay. There we go. We got a lot of words here. Everywhere it said marketing, now we're talking about consultant SEO. Perfect. I'm happy with that. The only thing that I want to do now is consultant SEO. We're going to go ahead and point this up to this page. Okay. So we have one in the body. We have our map embed going to the home page. Now the only other piece that we're going to need it looks like I did it on here already. Good. SEO consulting. Let me just double check this quick. All right, good. Consulting SEO. Good. Okay. So we have that, and then let me just make sure I have my big NAP. Good. Okay. Forms. All right, so we have the repeat of the NAP details along with this and all of my keywords. And it looks like we have a lot of the anchors. Okay, so I'm happy with that. Okay, good. All right, the only thing I need for this is now we have to get some of our forms onto here, and we're going to start cleaning this stuff out because now we're on the form page, okay? So get rid of this. You can leave the map embeds. We're going to change out these articles. We're going to get rid of this. All right. Okay. What did I call it? Property? I called it form? Okay. Oh, consultation contact. Whatever I write, I want to make sure it gets onto the page. Whatever yours is, make sure you get it on the page. Okay? So SEO consultation contact. Okay, we have our maps. This, we want to ditch it. Any embeds that you had previously from the duplication, you probably didn't because you didn't duplicate everything that I did. Okay, but we want to clean this stuff off of here. Okay, there's the separator. Okay, so this I actually want to keep separate. So let's cut this off. Okay, and that's perfectly fine. So we have the insert, and what I want is I want to add text right here, yeah. And then paste that in, perfect. And then here, let's bold this up. And then this is going to the home page, right? Okay, so this one, we want it to go back to the home page, okay? All right, so nap again. This is on the form page. So up at the top, this page, what we're going to do is we're going to get rid of the video. We're going to get rid of the, well, you don't have to get rid of that, but it's not the primary thing, though. The primary focus of this page is the form, okay? I'll keep that on there. But what I really want is I want to insert the forms, right? Because this is the form page. So if they're coming here, they obviously want a form, right? They want to fill something out. I'm going to give it to them, too. Whatever they want to fill out, I'll take care of them. I have just the thing. I have a form. All right, so let's hook them up. All right, they want to fill it out, I got it. And then we talked about how the form was set up. This is based on what's relevant for whatever your keyword is. Primary, brand name, description. We talk about it in the training, so I'm not going to go over that now, but this is all semantic, okay? And then we embedded two separate elements into here, our video and our slide, right? Or our sheets and our video, okay? But it's a form stack. The form isn't really that relevant, but when we could stack those other elements inside of it, aces, right? So let's keep going on. So we have this done. So this is our forms. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and build this up a little bit, and I'm going to keep it on track here. We're going to put that in the middle. So here's our forms, and then they run into our form, right? Now, based on this too, what we want to do, we have our consultations here. They can pick whatever they want. SEO consulting forms, is we write about that again. Now, this article is different. So what I'm looking for now is Control A. We can ditch all of that. Now, what we need now is we need a piece of content that's relevant, but from a different market, so we can use it in this market, so we're not duplicating content, so we still have some uniqueness, right? So how we do that, the fastest path of least resistance that I've found is, this is a consultation, this is a contact page, right? So contact, I don't know, healthcare. Okay, so we want to go to a contact page. This looks like a good contact page. And they're going to be talking about their stuff, right? So let me see here. I was looking for some more text in this, actually. So let's just do a contact us page, right? And let's just see. So that's them. I don't want that. So contact pages, 10 things to include. Contact us. The White House. Let's not. Okay. I like this. Let's take this. Let's take, we can work with it. We're not gonna, I'm not copying you, White House. I'm just looking for inspiration here, okay? We're gonna paste that in. Okay, now with that being said, let's, why is that so big? Let's center this. Here, let's ditch that. Actually, I don't want to mess with them anyway. Let's move on. Let's Wendy's. There we go. I don't feel bad about Wendy's. Okay, so they're not really saying much here. So I was looking for a lot of robust text. Okay, so if nobody wants to give it to me, and then I was just gonna swap out their brand information with my own, but it doesn't look like I could find it fast. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna insert some text here, and we're just gonna do it. I hate the write, so contact Chris Palmer marketing, Chris Palmer marketing for SEO consultation information. Learn all about Chris Palmer by contacting Chris Palmer Marketing for a consultation. I just want to repeat that. Okay. When you contact Chris, please have your name, address, phone, and best time you would like to speak to Chris Palmer. Okay, that should do it. Now what we'll do is we'll just go ahead and make that big. We'll do 24. Okay, bold that up, or we'll italicize it. Okay, so now that's our form page. That looks pretty good. Okay, so that's our pages. So we have our form. Now let's go into our slides. So the same thing again, we're going to do our name, address, phone number at the bottom, but we want to clean the page up, and then we have all of our anchors. Repeating. So let's get inside of here. And then we have our links, right? Okay, so let's go down here. And let's get all these heated up. Let me see if I can just do them all in one shot, which would be super cool. I want to see, I'm pretty confident that I can start getting tested for these. Based upon some other very tiny tests. Basically 2 tests on one-page domains, just checking to see how it would work out. But I didn't like go super ham on the testing. Are they gonna let me do it? No, too many. Oh, they did. Okay, so they did let me do it. So I'm totally cool with that. Here, you know what? Why do the work? I already did it. Dude, is this stuff carrying over? That's kind of interesting to me. Let me take a look at something here quick. Okay, no, the answer is no, Chris, it's not. Well, let's start killing these off. I just want this stuff up at the top. I don't want all this dirtiness down here. I just don't need it. Stick with me, bear with me here. I should have made the list already, but I didn't. Alright, there we go. There we go, we're back into my normal range here. Let me just make sure we have everything here that I need. And then, I guess that's a smaller, better list anyway. I mean, all the bigger volumes are up at the top, which is why I sorted it that way, but I'd like to get tested for the other stuff too, just to find out, like, hey, can I get it to work for me? Here, let's do this. And then paste, and then apply. Okay, now, take all this, right-click, copy, or Control-C. Okay, now let's go over here to the slides page. Scroll down to the bottom. And it looked like it has mirrored it. Okay. Okay, perfect. Did it mirror it for me? That's crazy. I really like that. I wonder what I did here. Okay. Hey, I guess, hey, I'm not going to argue with that. Cool, man. I'm totally happy with that. Whatever. Just leave that how it is. Okay, so this is that. Okay, this goes here. All right, so now this, what I want to do is insert another, I'm looking for a divider. I think there's one in there. Yeah. And then inside of that divider, you can keep it just like that. Okay, now this, we want to get rid of anything that's non-prominent. Okay, you want to leave the map in there. Get rid of all these secondary embeds. I don't want that in there. Okay, the map can stay. This needs to go. You're out of here. Okay, this is out of here. Okay. This, okay, now we got to go back to pages. I need to see what I called it briefly here. Properties, advanced, resources. Okay. Now we come back down to here, paste that in. Okay. Up here, again, paste. We're going to make that a little bit bigger. We're going to make it like a 48. Sounds pretty cool. 48, or is that too big? I don't know. We'll go a little smaller. 36. Okay. Bring that into the middle. This is just stuff that doesn't matter. Okay, the video can go. All right, this can stay. Stretch it out over here. Okay. All right, now we have that and that. This is a subheading. We'll just make that text on the page. This. What is this? Get rid of it. I don't need this, whatever that is. Okay. Now up at the top, the title of this page is SEO Consulting Resources, right? So we want to make sure we repeat that because that's the name of the page. This is our resources. And then what we want to start doing then is underneath here is going to be our slides. Okay. Now on this one, we want to take in everything that we have that's relevant to our brand, business, and service. Okay. All the ones that you've created. I hope that you've created more than one. Okay. So we have our slides. We're going to stack them all in here. Okay. Insert. No, not that. This over. Okay. And then underneath slide, this one, best. Okay, insert, and then slide, and then we're gonna put in the other one that we created. Okay. Okay. Now we're gonna move this over. We're gonna take this. We're gonna move it over. Okay. So SEO consultant, best SEO consultant, and then SEO consulting. Okay, this is our resources page. Okay, see how we did that? We took everything out. It's exactly what we told them it was going to be. All right, now this, you could move up. I could move up, and then we want to repeat it again in the body text. Okay, we have our NAP information. I have my map embedded, right? The only thing I need inside of here, though, is I need to get my maps. So my map, and then we're going to do the SEO consultants and select, put that inside of here, bring this over. Okay, Chris Palmer Marketing, perfect. And that's the US based map. Okay. All right. You can choose one for each page. That's how many you make inside of your stacks, right? Your mini stacks, other than the docs, are based upon how many pages you have. Okay. And I'll talk about that in a later video. Okay, so let's move on now. We're working our way through the pages. Now let's go to video. Now you should definitely have at least one video. So this page we're going to keep the same Let me just make sure, did I call it videos? Let me just double check what I called it. It is videos, okay, makes sense. Copy. We're going to call this SEO Consulting Videos. Because that's the name of the page. All right. Now, I didn't go out and start grabbing content yet, so once we do that for the articles, then I'll be able to go back and start adding the articles in, but I didn't go gathering yet, okay? So for now, this is just a placeholder. All right. All right. Get rid of that. You can move that over. Whew, it's hot in here. Get rid of that. This can stay. This can stay. And this can stay. Perfect. All right, so I have my name, address, phone number. Let me just make sure that I have everything right. I have my anchors. I have my links, my NAP, my map. Oh, I want to repeat that. SEO Consulting. Okay, so now we've done that. All right, let's move on to our maps page. Okay, same format, properties, advanced, consulting maps. Okay, makes sense. The only other piece on the videos is if there's anything that's highly relevant to your niche, okay, you should probably have on your YouTube channel your playlists. You can utilize the playlists instead of the flat videos. For the sake of demonstration, I'm just throwing the videos in, okay? The main objective here is to give you the outline. You can make it as pretty as you want, but if you can see what I'm doing here, that's the objective here, okay? So you know how it's done. All right, so this is the maps. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to copy this. Make that 60. You can bring this into the middle if we want. Okay. Okay. Love SEO. I do. All right. So SEO Consulting Maps. Okay. So this. We have this. We can get rid of. You can leave those there. All right, so let's paste that in there. Make this, make this large, make it a 60, center it. Okay. All right, that's perfectly fine. It looks like I was hiding some text in there. That's fine. That can stay there. That can stay there. We have our map here. This we want to add in here. Okay. In our body text, we need to make sure we repeat it again. Okay. 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 All right, maps, and then we have to start inserting our maps into this, okay? So these are my maps. We're going to put them all into here. Okay. So that's that. We have our maps inside of here. We want to go out to here, go over here, we're going to go to Google, and we're going to go from pick your city, right? So just to give you one example so you know what to add in here, I'm going to add one. So let's do I forget the name of the company. Let me see here. Consulting near me. I'm probably going to be first, but that's okay. SEO consulting near me. I'm not first. Wait, what VPN am I on? Your business profile. That's not what I want though. Internet marketing. SEO near me. Man, that's not who I'm looking for. Man, where are they? I guess it doesn't matter. Let's just pick one. So one digitize. Okay. That's not who I'm looking for though. So that's that. This isn't what I need either. Let's do I'm looking for a directional map if you're wondering. Okay, that's this. I'm looking. There's a really big SEO agency actually here in PA that's pretty close to me. I know the guys. They're pretty big. I'm not gonna mention them, but they're really close to me. And I like to build out either competitors to you, or you could start picking your locations, right? So for this one, what we're gonna do is you're gonna come over here. And then what we're going to do is, where is it here? Is it under options? It's been a minute since I added this in here. Where is that button at? I'm looking for a button. Your places, contributions, timeline. Ah. Okay, there it is. Wait, was it under options? How did I miss that the first time? That's the first thing very strange. You're a silly man, Chris. You're a very silly man. So you see how we grab those? See, I always see these. I see people teaching it wrong, right? This is massive to share publicly for you guys. I see everybody doing the My Maps. No. Go grab the directional requests from Google and embed those, right? And how do we know that this is viable, right? How do we know that this is the right thing to do, Chris, right? Because I get these questions. Let me show you how I know, right? When you go to your Google My Business, and everybody has a blueprint to their business, right? Everybody. You go to your website for the .business site, and you see this thing right here. If you scroll on down, it won't show me on this here. You have to go to the live link here. Let me go to the oh, it's Chris Palmer. Okay, makes sense. Did I type it in wrong? Give me the freaking link so I can show you guys what it is. I thought it showed me in here too. I guess it doesn't show you when you're on it here. Ah, knucklehead. I must have typed my own thing wrong. But if you scroll down to the bottom, see where it says get directions? This is all I wanted to show you. When you click on this, Google takes you right to the directional request. So how do we know that it's valued? Well, Google told us. You know what I mean? So I hope this video's coming down, so I hope if you're here live and you saw that, that's a tip for you guys, a big one, okay? And then start going through. What are the locations and where are the main competitors up at the top? We want to showcase from them to me. What locations am I targeting? From there to me. All right, bro? All right. Cool. I'm glad I could share that with you. All right. So that's that. I just get people ask me, well, why that, right? So I want to make sure that I can. Okay, so inside of our maps page, you want to go and gather up your competitors and then the locations that we want to target that are most prominent to you. So for me, I don't care, right? I'm a digital business, but you might not be, okay? So yeah, like I went in here and stacked these up. Oh, wait, not this one. That is our good friends. Okay. So let me take a look. Let me think to myself here. Let's insert an embed. And then we'll just add in a couple of these. Okay. Actually, I should do... like Pennsylvania to me, that's a better one, right? So I'll probably, I don't know, I might spend some time and do like this. So we'll copy that and we'll bring it over here and we're going to embed that. Okay, now we have driving directions directly on the site, right? That's crucial, very important. The My Maps are cool, but they've been devalued over time, right? So I want to embed Google into my site. All right. Nobody shares it that way. I'm not sure why. But I'll go to sites and I'll see others doing it that way. Right? This blows my mind, right? This video is coming down, so I don't mind sharing my thoughts. I'll see some doing one thing, right? Showing one thing, but then doing another. Why don't you just show what you're doing, right? It's an interesting thing. So let's take it here. So what we want to do is we want to do from SEO consulting. Right here, 5th Ave, Brooklyn. That's my other location. We want to embed that. Well, it's going to be another location. All right, embed map, copy HTML, bring that over here, embed code, paste, and consult. I have a location there. All right, it won't let me. Okay. I thought it would stretch dynamically, but that's okay. All right, cool. All right, so we've gotten that underway. We have our videos. We have our maps taken care of. Now, last but not least is our articles. Now, this is an important step, and I know this is running quite long because I'm chatting and I'm kind of taking my time here, but the last thing, which is one of the more important elements, is the last piece, okay? And this is set up like this. So this is our central hub, okay? Now this page is clean other than the maps, okay? So what we're gonna do on this page is we're gonna clean it all up, and I named this the SEO consultation tips. So this is still the SEO consulting tips. How come I didn't name it SEO consulting tips? Why did I name it consultation? Silly Chris. My son says, silly dad. Silly daddy. He'll say silly daddy. He's so silly. Alright, so anyway, here, copy that and then bring this into here, right? Bring this up. We're gonna make this big, right? We'll bring it into 48. We're gonna level it out. This design doesn't matter. I'm just doing it for me. Heading. Oh, I have two of them? See, that's another silly move. Okay, so title, SEO consulting tips. And then we have our heading, title, heading, and underneath the text, which the text is actually going to be anchor links to our articles, and we're gonna walk through this. This is an important step, okay? We have our actual embed. We always want to give credit back to this, always, right? That's on every page. Same with you don't have to embed the calendar on every page, but it can help with crawling, okay? So that's why I do put it on the home page. You can put it on all the pages. I took it off a lot of the pages, but you can leave it. That's completely up to you. I like to embed the calendars. I noticed this actually happened many years ago. Actually, I stumbled onto this. A particular person, I stumbled onto this. It was crazy. I was working on a particular client's website, and I noticed when I was checking crawl stats, right? This was before right? So anyway, so I'm checking the crawl stats, and what I realized was, wait a second, I'm almost always getting crawled whenever there is an event initiated from the calendar. So I just put 2 and 2 together, and I was like, you know what? Since it doesn't matter how it looks, I'm just going to use this all the time, because it's hard to quantify unless you're plugged in. But if you go check, because you can plug these sites into analytics, you'll see it. You know what I mean? So try it out, enjoy it. Don't get too crazy. Don't schedule it every day. Like, I don't teach it that way. I wouldn't do it that way, because I think that there's definitely a diminishing return with anything. So it's up to you, but I wouldn't. And plus, you don't want to utilize too much resource. That's why I don't use scripts. You know, if you don't, the last thing you want, you can do whatever you want, but it's not how I do it. All right, so we have our hot links. Let me make sure that these are right. Okay, because for some reason it was using something else, and that was making me very sad. All right, so that's done. Okay, that's done. We have the divider. That's done. Name, NAP. Okay. This is inside of here, SEO console, and this is the subheading, consulting tips. And then you can, again, we can make it look real, like we care, I guess. I don't know. Make that bold. Okay. Now, inside of here is where we have to get important. Now, the articles are based on the keywords that matter most to you. So remember when we just cherry picked these and we went over here? Oh, I was spinning up something. Okay. Drive Stacks training. Okay. So SEO consulting. So in all honesty, I'll probably just take these high level keywords here, because I know that these are the most volume keywords. So here, we'll just copy this. Okay. We'll bring it over to our notepad, paste it in, make it large, scroll to the bottom. These are from most volume to lowest volume, right? Or most relevant to least relevant to the primary keyword. Depends on how you look at it. I really want to strip the locational data out of here, but I won't. We'll just base it on volume here. Let me just see here. How much more is there? Okay. I think we ought to we're gonna I hate to do it, but we got to do it, right? All right, let's do it together. Why not? Okay. Done. No. Yes. No. Yes. Yes. Yeah. No. 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 Nope. Yes. No. No. Yes. 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 No. 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 Yes. Yes. No. Okay. I should probably grab them all by the time I'm done with this little list here. E-commerce, good. Enterprise, freelance, Vegas. SaaS is fine. E-commerce, not so much actually, if I'm being 100% honest. Not really I'm more of a local, organic, Google Maps kind of guy, you know? SaaS, I've worked with SaaS. Alright. We can do WordPress, that's fine. Consultant SEO services, great. Alright, SEO services consultant. Okay, that works out good. And I saw some really good ones down here below. So we'll just go right down to that one I see that said consultancy, and then we'll call it a day with this. Alpha, no. No. That's fine. I like to pick about 20 or 30 of these, if you're wondering. Hey, Chris, if I had to come up with a number of these, how many would you do? I mean, realistically. So that's what we're going to do together right now. Let me see here. All right, so that ought to honestly do it. No, I'm not in India. Nothing against India, just I don't do it. Okay. So I saw something down here, consultancy, but it must be so low volume that it didn't matter. I'm not too concerned with the bests and the tops and all that stuff. I mean, I like to use them, but I know they've been slapped recently for doing that, so I don't want to be slapped anymore. I've been slapped enough by Google in my life. All right, so now we have, this is our articles, right? These are our articles. So these are our highest volume, and you can add to this as time progresses on. This should also be what the anchor text consists of, right? I've used all of them only because I want to see if I can start getting tested for them like I was for the folders, but I stopped changing the folders, and I want to see, hey, if I keep swapping these out, like, okay, here's this list. Okay, we'll make a new list. I'll make a new list. Will I keep getting tested, or does the anchor text not work? So I'm just interested in that, how that works. So with that being said, we know that these are our articles. We already did SEO consulting. So those probably will just make best and top. But we're not going to go any more with the best, because we're not, you know, I don't want to be slapped around by Google too much. All right, so now we're going to come in here to our tips, and then we already know what it's going to be. We already know that, hey, what are my articles going to be? So we have our SEO consulting tips, and then we know that we're going to make, add a subpage. And that subpage is going to be based on these. So what we're going to do is we're going to do, oh wait, you know what? So here, let's go. So we are done here. So here's our consulting tips. This looks pretty clean. I think what I'll do here is duplicate. And then when I come inside of here, I'll just do best, right? And then inside of the body text, best. So that should be title, heading, and the subheading is best. Okay. Now this is all right, I got to do it off of there. Damn it. I hate to do that. All right, delete. SEO consulting, we're going to have to do it off of here. So let's just do this as a sub page. We know it's going to be this. We know it's going to be this. And done. Okay, so best SEO consultant. And then insert title. We always want to make sure that we're using the heading. Best, same thing again, best. And then after that, we're going to do text subheading. And we repeat it one more time. And then one more time after that, which is going to be normal text. We want to repeat it one more time. Okay, so best SEO consultant. All right, so we're not going to create I'm not going to go through this entire process, but then again, we have our, just so we're all on the same page here. Where is my, how come on my sub page that I created? Oh, because I know why. Okay, so now we want to make sure that we get this set up properly. So let's do, we have to set this up because we're going to duplicate the sub pages, but we're going to change out what they're about. Okay, so we're going to do embed, and no, we're not going to do an embed. We will, but not right yet. We're going to do YouTube, video search, all right, so I'm gonna have to come over here. Let's go to YouTube SEO Consulting Chris Palmer. Okay, so we have this one. Okay, and we're gonna take this, copy, and we're gonna bring it right into here, paste. Okay, that's the one. Select. And then what I also need is I need my map. So I want Chris Palmer Marketing. Yep, that's the one. Yep, select. Make that all the way across, right to there. Excellent, 30 West Broad Street. No, that is not the one that I want. Let's just do, let's go out here to Google. We're going to do Chris Palmer Marketing. We're going to go over here to Maps. We are going to go to Share and Embed and Grab. Okay, come back over here because, again, we're setting this up to create duplicates, but we're going to change out what they're about because we want to make this highly semantic, right? So now we'll insert that. Okay, that's what I want. I wanted to read the whole piece. All right, we need to change the code briefly to about 1200. Next. Save. Okay, I think that should do it. Okay. This here, all right, So we have that, we have that, we have that. So we have the map. That's the only other thing that I really wanted on the page. Along with the name, address, phone number, the links to all the other documents, and then all my anchor text yet again. But we want to come to our pages now. Now we have the best. What we're going to do is we're going to duplicate this page. And we're going to follow our list template. Okay, so now we're going to do top. We're going to paste it in. And we're going to go to top. Done. Okay, now it's top. Now we're going to duplicate this page. We're going to come over here. And we're going to do SEO consulting services. Copy. Paste. Advanced. Paste. Now when they come get the snapshot of this site, what's it about? Right? I mean, it's pretty darn obvious what this site's about. Okay, so these are our tips on Organic SEO Consultant, on everything. It's going to be everything. Okay, so let's bang these out quick. Again, this video will come down if you have any questions. Okay. Delete. 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 Okay. Okay. So that's organic. All right, so let's just keep going here. Copy. Okay. So duplicate, bring it over here. We did organic, now let's do local. Copy. Paste, done. Duplicate. Okay, let's make this small. Bring this over here. Give me this. Okay. So we did local. We're going to do the near me now. Paste and done. Duplicate the page. It's consulting company now. Done. Duplicate professional SEO consultant. Done. Marketing consultant. Done. Best we already did. Technical. Okay, I think you guys get the point. Duplicate. Done. Let's get this one in there. Copy and duplicate. Done. And this one. Done. Duplicate. Done. Duplicate. Done. Services, heck yeah. Duplicate and done. Okay, we're gonna do one more. SEO consultant jobs. That's a big one. And then this. Duplicate and Done. Okay, now done. Okay. Now let's open this up. And now we can see we have our list here. And then we can close all those out. Okay. So then when we come over here, we can see that our drop down is nothing but just primary after primary. Big words, right? You could stuff in as many as you want, and you should fill those pages out with actual articles spun. The homepage needs to be unique. So that's going to really wrap this up. I've walked through all the pages, the layout, the setup. All right. If you have any questions, feel free to go ahead and ask. I don't know who this dude is. Oh, it's an ad. Okay. And that's that. Okay. So let's go to publish and see how this is looking. We'll come over here and we'll take a little look, and we'll see sites, view, copy, and let's come over here and let's have a little looky. We'll go to SEO consulting. Okay, we have our layout. Okay, consulting SEO again, and then SEO consultant forms. We have our forms, right? We have our slides. This is our slides page, right? Our videos. We have our videos page. Okay. We have our maps, and I know this took a lot time, but it'll be inside the PDF. And then here's the tips, okay? And then we have all of our primaries inside of here. These are all very relevant to the primary search. You know, when you're inside SEMrush and you put in your primary, you come over to your side. These other keywords, these are your co-occurring keywords. Right? These are relevant to the word consulting. That's why they're secondary, right? When you're looking to the left inside of the broad match section, it'll just have words, but those words are actually right in here. Services, the word organic, the word professional, the word marketing, the word, right? You get what I'm saying? They're all listed there, and these words are up at the top. How do I know that? Because these are the ones with the most volume. This is what everybody's targeting. These are the words that are repeated consistently, and that's exactly when they come to this site to figure out, we want them to know. Now, I know I did this about SEO consulting, but note, that's what it is. Now, there's 1 trillion SEO sites on there, so the chances of this ranking are about this much. But as we get into the next training, I'll show you how to send 2.5 million links to the stack, and then we're going to send an additional 2.5 million links to this site. And then I'll show you where I need to send the more powerful links, how we would go about that, how we're going to do some embeds there. And that's another piece that I forgot to take care of, okay? I forgot a crucial step. Speaking of, because as I started to talk about the links and how we're going to pass the power, there's one more thing that we have to do. All right, it's called a hidden. I don't mind sharing this. So SRC, so a hidden SRC iframe. Okay. So this is the last thing, right? And maybe I shouldn't show this publicly, but this is one of the next pieces. So what we want to do here is we're looking for the hidden code, and I have it written down on my other computer, but I just want to grab the code quick. That's not it. As soon as I see it, I'll know what it looks like. I don't recall where the parentheses are or the quotations are, but as soon as I see it, I'll remember. That's not it. That's not it. All right. I forget exactly what the this looks right. Yep, it's this one. How was it done? So the SRC. Oh, it's display none. See, I wasn't sure about this part here. Like, see the quotes, this part over here? I get the embed part. I forgot this part here. I'm sure I'll get lashed for that. I'll get my lashings, but it's only a search away. If you ever forget, just, how do you do that again? It's hard to remember everything. You know what I mean? Like, I'll go completely insane if I had to remember every single thing. I know that's one of the things maybe you should remember off the top of my head, but oftentimes I really don't. So let's insert a embed code here. What are we doing here? So we go to the home page, right? And then like just pick a place. I think I already have it on this page. Let me see here. Let me look around. This looks like maybe it was one of them. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna come on down to here, and then we're gonna embed code. We're gonna hide it, and we're gonna put it right about here, and we're gonna do Chris Palmer Marketing.com. Right? Next, it should show nothing. Perfect, and done. All right, so now we've embedded your website into the Google site, right? But nobody can see it, but it's there. All right, so now we got to go into the pages. Oh. Because I already did the work. Grab this, copy, and you want to do it on the home page, okay? And then all the relevant pages, right? So like not necessarily these, but when you spin up your articles, or maybe you don't want to spin them up, maybe they're unique spins, whatever the case is, but these pages that are all about your co-occurring keywords and your most semantic keywords that have the highest volume, that you would love to rank for all of them, because that's why the articles are here. They're semantic, they're the most relevant, they have the most volume, they're the best, right? These are the pages that we want to make sure we get that embed into, okay? So inside of here, okay? So I won't do it on every single one, just for time, but best top SEO marketing consultant. We'll do it on this page. Okay. So a hidden frame, just because, you don't want everybody to see what you're doing or what you're up to. And make it small. You can hide. That's one element that you can hide. That's up to you though. Okay, so we'll publish that, but definitely on the homepage. Why? Because that's where we're going to send a majority of the links. And the frame is like it's like building links to the site without building links to your site. You know what I mean? So that's why we do it.